Why is Ukraine in need of funding now more than ever before? This question has been a hot topic of discussion in the global political arena. To understand this, it's essential to delve into the history of funding provided to Ukraine. In the year 2021, the Biden administration received bipartisan support to provide Ukraine with over $13.5 billion in security assistance. This massive funding marked a significant commitment from the United States to support Ukraine in its ongoing conflict with Russia. However, as the year 2022 unfolded, it became clear that the initial funding was not enough. In April of that year, President Joe Biden requested an additional $33 billion from Congress, aiming to further support Ukraine in its war with Russia. This request indicated a significant increase in US funding for the conflict and also introduced new strategies to target the assets of Russian oligarchs. As the year progressed, the need for further aid became even more apparent. In September of the same year, President Biden made an emergency funding request of $11.7 billion to provide lethal aid and budget support to Ukraine. This request came along with an additional request for $22.4 billion for COVID-19 relief and $2 billion to address the impact of Russia's war in Ukraine on US energy supplies. This request, totaling $47.1 billion, came ahead of the conclusion of the fiscal year on September 30th, 2022. With the 2023 funding bill still not passed by Congress, a stopgap funding measure appeared necessary. This measure also included funding for the fight against an outbreak of the monkeypox virus and natural disaster relief. However, the funding situation for Ukraine is not without its challenges. Despite the bipartisan support for aid, there has been a delicate balance to maintain, especially among the Republican lawmakers. Some have opposed funding Ukraine's battlefield efforts, suggesting that economic assistance and non-military aid to Ukraine might face cuts under a Republican majority. To recap, the funding for Ukraine has seen a significant increase over the past few years, starting from $13.5 billion in 2021 to the current request of $47.1 billion in 2022. Despite the challenges and opposition, the need for funding is more critical than ever, given the ongoing conflict with Russia and the global pandemic's impact. The future of this funding, however, remains uncertain and continues to be a crucial topic of discussion in global politics.